Hey, family. Welcome in, welcome in. When you come in, please just type something in the chat. Let me know you're in here before I start rambling. Clean off my camera real quick. Which I probably should have done that ahead of time, but I didn't. So it is what it is. What's up, family? Let me know when you get in. Just send your girl a quick message. Let me know you can hear me and that we connected. I'm just gonna kind of hang out here for a few seconds and let people come in that are going to come in. Hey, family. What's up, Granville Grant? Thank you for stopping by, kicking it with a sister. Yeah, this is gonna be real easy breezy. Just lay back and take our time and coast, and yeah, just connect. Our last live that we had, we went kind of deep. We went kind of deep on some topics. The last live was Wednesday. I don't know if you were able to make it. If you were, if you were able to be there with us, but we went deep, boy. I didn't upload it. I should have uploaded it, but that was a good live. That was real good. I think we stayed on for like 40 minutes. And we had a lot of good back and forth, communication flowing. So that was real good. What's up, T-Buff? Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, when y'all come in, just say what's up or send me a short little greeting. Yes. Blessed Jamaican clan, Dunbar. Thank you. Yeah, we was chopping it up on Wednesday. Hey, thank you, T-Buff. Yeah, we was chopping it up on Wednesday. We went all the way in. It was all the way live on Wednesday when we went live. Let me see if I can move this light. It's a little bit. It's so bright. Yeah, but it's crazy that it's already Sunday. Okay? It's already Sunday. Jimmy, come on, fam. You already know. I know you're not a member. I know you're not a subscriber. I know you're not a family member. Come on, my baby. You can say whatever you want to say, but we know the truth. We know the truth is Yeshua. There ain't no such thing as Jesus Christ. That's a myth and a fable, baby. That's a fable, my love. That's a remixed story, a watered down story of the truth. But anyway, so yes, on Wednesday, boy, we kicked it so hard. But and we dove deep, y'all. I promise you, we dove deep in our conversation. It got really real. And so I told the family, I was like, next live, okay, we're gonna keep it light. We're gonna keep it light and playful. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I just gotta kick whatever I'm feeling in my spirit. Whatever I feel in my spirit is what I'm kicking. So today, listen, when you come in, just type a message in the chat box, and if it's not too much, if you don't mind, leave a like. Just exchanging energy, just a little energy exchange. That's all I ask. But today, I just wanted to talk about this little situation that I don't know. I wanted to share to see if y'all have ever experienced this. But so essentially, I was thinking about, how when I was a little girl, we didn't have no internet. We didn't have tablets. We didn't have all these cool, fancy little gadgets and stuff that the kids have today to keep them occupied and to, keep them entertained. The only thing we really had was TV. And I came up in a time where, colored TV was a thing. So, and that was like a luxury. You know what I mean? We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have all this technology that we have today. But I say that to say, the first 10 years of my life, first 9 or 10 years of my life, it was just me and my mom, right? And so a lot of times, I guess, she didn't see no harm in me sitting down in front of the TV for hours. You see what I'm saying? She didn't see any harm in that. But with that came a lot of programming. I was programmed at a young age as a little girl, and I'm going to tell you how. So as I'm watching all of these little, we had cartoons, Disney movies, stuff like Sesame Street and stuff, that we were learning from. And as I'm watching these Disney movies and stuff and these little kid shows, the running theme was always that, the princess would be saved by, a knight in shining armor, and then she would live happily ever after again. Like, there were no stories about princesses living happy or women living happy or feminine energies living happy on their own. You think of Snow White. Snow White fell asleep into a deep trance. Alice in Wonderland was off, lost and chasing down the rabbit hole. Dorothy, she was fearful of stuff that didn't even really exist, fearful of illusions, fearful of, this Wizard of Oz that didn't ever have no power. So all of these things are programming us, y'all. And as kids, like, you come into the world with a fresh mind, right? Fear what? Like, what is there to fear as a child? Who teaches us fear? Because it damn sure ain't our parents. Like, what do you see that's fearful, in your real life as a child? Unless maybe you're growing up in like a family where there's domestic violence, then they're not going to understand that. But if you coming up in a stable and balanced environment, what is there to fear? Even when you go out in nature, like as a child, you don't have no fear. But my first recollection of being introduced to fear was through watching cartoons, movies, TV shows. You see what I'm saying? Of like somebody being chased by a dog. And so that gives me the imprint that, oh, all dogs are scary. Somebody being chased down by Jaws, by a shark that's eating everybody alive on the beach. This is all fear programming. Even in the Disney movies, you know what I'm saying? There's always a character, a dark character that's, the boogeyman that's always hiding in the shadows, that's waiting to come and get you, right? That's programming. Those are the programs that we pick up as little kids, and we don't even have no clue of how they impact us, how they follow us along in our lives and impact us as adults. All them years of being programmed with fear and with illusions and bullshit. Like I was saying, going back to the knight in shining armor thing, feminine energies weren't supposed to be happy or live happily ever after on their own. You know what I'm saying? They were supposed to get happiness from a man. So that's how I grew up thinking. You know what I'm saying? And the first person as a little girl that I looked to be that ray of light, that ray of sunshine, was my father. You know what I'm saying? I thought my father should be my knight in shining armor as a little girl. That was my hero. Do you know what I mean? Like, I looked at my dad like he was everything. But it wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. And so when, because my dad, he had other things that he had other focuses in life that he prioritized. You know what I mean? So I'm looking for that knight in shining armor energy from him, but I'm not getting that. So then as I grow into adolescence, I'm looking for that knight in shining armor because, damn it, Disney said that we are going to be swept off our feet by a knight in shining armor. So remember, this is programming that's locked into my mind, that I've gotten locked into my mind from like the age of 3, age of 4. You see what I'm saying? So these programs, this is how they follow you, right? So I'm in my adolescent, I'm looking for my knight in shining armor, 13, 14, looking outside of myself for happiness, because Disney says you can't be happy, or maybe not Disney, any show says you can't be happy until you get that knight in shining armor. You can't find happiness until Charcoal, I love you, baby. Welcome to the chat. You can't find happiness until you get that knight in shining armor, right? So those are the illusions that you keep and carry. And those are the illusions that we keep and carry as adults. Even as adult women, we feel like, oh, we can't be happy. Society has bought into that illusion that feminine energies can't be happy unless they're married, unless they're at home barefoot and pregnant, unless they're good Christian women, unless they're good religious women. Ain't got to be Christian, it could be any religion. You see what I'm saying? That's the programming. And that's what we picked up since we were 3. And for the men out there, fear. Who taught you to be fearful? Who taught the men out there to be fearful? As little boys, what was your first occurrence or interaction with fear? I bet it was something that you saw on a TV, in a cartoon somewhere. I'm pretty sure you weren't born with the fear. I know you weren't. None of us were. This was programmed into us, right? And so now these are things that we carry with us. These programs that were created by these illusions used through TV, cartoons, and it's still happening today to our babies. For those of y'all out there who have kids, bro, I be watching the stuff that my nieces and nephews and stuff watch. It's the same bullshit and garbage that these. When I was 5 years old, 6 years old, I was scared to go to sleep at night. But where did that fear come from? At 5 or 6 years old, I'm a child. What the hell should I have to fear? I was scared to go to sleep at night, thinking that the boogeyman was under my damn bed. Thinking that the boogeyman was going to jump out the closet and come and get me. You know why? Because of the programming. The programming, the illusions. There was never anything for me to fear, but I couldn't believe that because I had already been programmed with the stuff that I saw on the TV. And family, when I tell you, this is childhood programming. There's adult programming. We're still being programmed as adults. All this consumerism, buy. All of this shit, it's all illusions. Buy, because guess what? You can't be happy if you don't have the latest Birkin bag, or you can't be happy if you don't have the latest Ferrari or Lamborghini, or if you don't have a 6 to 7 figure paying job. You can't be happy. Happiness is tied to what you make, the salary you make, the things you own. Leave a message in the chat, family, when you come in. Let me know you here so I can give you a shout out, okay? Happiness. They want you to believe happiness is tied to something outside of you. That's why you have all these distractions. That's why you have social media. That's why you have TV shows that feed your spirit garbage and bullshit. Social media makes you feel like, oh, well, I don't really match up with that, so maybe I'm less than. Maybe I'm not really popping like I thought I was popping. Maybe I should just kind of shrink down and just kind of stay small and stay in my little space and stay quiet. Cause I'm not balling and popping. If I was balling and popping, then yeah, I would be more comfortable to be on social media and like, pop my shit and all that stuff. Psychological programming, family. Rasta vibes. What's up, baby? I see you. You see what I'm saying? This is how they keep the programming going. Even as we're adults, they keep us programmed to think that happiness is outside of us. When the truth is, it's buried deep within our soul. It's like gold. It's like a gold mine within us that's buried deep in our soul. But you can't find it until you go within. You can't find it until you cut out all the distractions and all the bullshit. But you really can't find it if you've been programmed, deep programming, and don't even realize it. You operating and moving out of illusions and don't even realize it. This illusion that there was a knight in shining armor coming to save me, bruh, that should have never been. That should have never been implanted into my mind. You know what I'm saying? Happiness. I should have been taught that happiness is my responsibility. Internal, lasting happiness that nobody can give me and that nobody can take away. Because the happiness that these people feed to you, society will tell you, oh, well, you can't be happy till you have, you married and you got kids and you got a white picket fence and you drive this and you drive that. But guess what? All that shit can be taken away from you. And then what? Where's your happiness? Where's your happiness when all that shit is taken away from you? Because that shit ain't real. It's not lasting. The true real happiness is found within. But it's not microwavable happiness. You can't find it overnight. And it's not like, how we want shit. We want shit to pop off right then and there. Hey, Trevor. Bless up, Trevor. We want shit to pop off right then and there, right? That's the microwave. That's the programming. They've programmed us to be this way. Don't shit in nature pop off just right away, right? Don't shit in nature typically pop off just overnight like that. I take my cues from nature. Nature tells me how things are supposed to flow. Slow, steady, slow, quiet, still, steady, slow, quiet, still, steady. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Things are supposed to unfold slow, quiet, still, and steady. But we've been programmed to believe that shit gotta pop off. Shit gotta pop off now. Shit gotta pop off now. So now, we looking all outside ourselves to figure out what we need to put our attention to get shit to pop off like quick. So we can get rich quick so we could be flossing and stunting on Instagram and flossing and stunting on Facebook or whatever. So we can hurry up and get that bin so we can be flossing and stunting. You know what I'm saying? That's where our minds are. That's where our minds have been conditioned to sit as opposed to going back in, going within to do the deep dive and the deep search. And I'm telling you, it's not easy, but the gold is there. The gold mine. I ain't even going to say gold. The gold mine is there. It's a mine for you. As within, so without. Just like the earth has her golds, her gems, her rubies, her precious everything, we have that within us. But it takes time to mine those things. You think these people who were out in California searching for gold, they would go out with their pans and sift through gold. Even in Africa, I've seen videos of people sifting through gold, and it takes like all day. It's a lengthy process to find that gold. It's a lengthy process, and you don't always come up every day with gold. But if you stick to it, then after a while, you'll see that you've amassed a nice little, a nice little portion. It's the same thing with the internal wealth that we carry within. It's the same thing. I never knew my internal wealth, family. So I was looking outside of myself for that knight in shining armor to come in and sweep me off of my feet all these years because I was programmed by the system to think that way. I didn't take myself serious and put the time inside myself to even look at myself, to even know that I had worth, I had value within myself. I didn't need anybody to make me feel whole or worthy or valuable or to come into my life to make me live happily ever after. But that was never told to me. I had to figure that out through trial and error. It's the same thing for you if you're a man. If you're a single man out there and people like, oh, you need a wife, happy life, whatever, child. You need this thing or that thing to be happy. And it's always something outside of you. And they don't tell you this. It's psychological programming, my love. Next time you see an advertisement on TV, next time you see an advertisement on Instagram, it's psychological programming, especially if you're one of the baby boomers and still fucking addicted to the news. This fear programming, I don't understand why the baby boomers are so addicted to feeding their mind, their spirit, and their soul with that garbage. It's so low vibrational. It's so poisonous to your light. It's so poisonous. And then you wonder why you find yourself backbiting and stabbing people in the back and talking about people behind their back, people that you say that you love. Because you feeding your spirit and your soul with that poison. The fucking news. The news. All of these things in this system are an illusion. Politics is an illusion to keep you looking outside of yourself, focused outside of yourself. Politics, voting, government, all this stuff is an illusion to take your mind away from yourself. If you're a sovereign being, how do you as a sovereign being vote for someone to govern over you? How do you do that? How do you vote for someone to govern over you? I don't need nobody to govern over me. Leave me the fuck alone and let me do my thing. That's too easy. Let me do my thing. Give me my seeds and my land and get out of my hair. Leave me alone and let me do my thing. Put me by the river. Give me my livestock, my cattle. Voting. What are you talking about? Vote for who? Why? Hey, family, if you just coming in, please leave a message in the chat so I can give you a shout out. Hey, Trevor. Blessed. Yeah. So so much time wasted. So much time wasted looking outside of myself. Oh, I got to get this degree. I got to get all these degrees. Worked my ass off to get this master's, this MBA degree. I don't even fucking use the shit. It did help me to get promoted in the military. Yeah, it did. But I worked my ass off because conditioning, programming, instead of using that time to focus on my happiness, to do things that really, really brought me joy. True happiness can be found, and it don't have to have a price tag on it. It does not
True happiness. That's true happiness. Now, superficial happiness, there's superficial happiness too. And you can have that too. But your superficial happiness comes with a price tag. And it's not lasting. It can be taken away from you. You feel me? Superficial happiness can be taken away from you. I'm not saying you should be all in to one side or the other. I'm saying balance. The world is so out of balance. We need balance. We can't just look at material shit and think, oh, that's going to make me happy. That's going to make me happy. I need more material shit. I need a bigger house. I need a bigger car. I need a better paying job. I need people to look at me and see these material things that I have so that they can validate me and make me feel like I'm big and special and make me feel like somebody. No, you big and special and you are somebody without none of that shit, without nobody's approval, without nobody's validation. But you have to look within yourself and know that. You big, bad, and you the shit without nobody's validation or approval. Whether you drive a fucking Benz or a Pinto, it don't matter. That shit don't matter. I can jump into a Lambo today. But guess what? I know who the fuck I am. I know who I am first. If I had jumped into the Lambo before finding out who I was, before realizing that I'm a motherfucking goat, that I'm a motherfucking genius, then I would have never fucking realized who I truly am. Because the Lambo, my identity would have been lost in the Lambo. My identity would have been lost in fucking ego. My identity would have been lost in bullshit, material shit. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Bruh, the programming is so real. The programming, but you have the ability. If I did it, you can do it. You have the ability. I was in the army, fam. Rasta vibes. I was in the army for 26 years. If you have the ability to break free and shatter yourself out of all of them damn illusions. All of these illusions and programming that we've been through. You know what I mean? And just understand that real and true happiness and quality in life is not microwavable. You might be able to get quantity of things that are fleeting, that don't last, with a microwavable mentality. But if you want to build a firm foundation that is unsinkable, that is lasting, that you can pass down through your lineage, it takes time and patience, stillness and quiet. It takes for you to pull away from the system sometimes. Pull away from the system. Pull away from family, friends. Focus on self. Focus on mining within. Mining, deep diving down into your soul to find the wealth that's within you. The wealth that you can't see or touch with your physical hands. But the wealth that is there within you, that's more valuable than anything on the outside. The wealth that's within you can help you to bring value to your outside world. These gifts, talents, skills, and abilities, and all these things you got working inside of you can help you to bring out, can help you to build in the physical realm. Can help you to build something that's lasting. But again, it takes time. Slow and steady wins the race. This microwave overnight mentality, just pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? When you're going along in your daily life, pay attention to your mind and where you can see yourself rushing and pushing and no. That's a masculine characteristic. That's a masculine trait. And for the men that are tapped in here, listen, family, and you probably already know that. If you probably already know this if you're on this channel. We have feminine and masculine energies, each and every one of us. So men, sometimes you have to tap into your feminine energy when you're in creation mode and building mode. It's not all about, sometimes it's soft. You got to sit still. You got to be quiet. You see what I'm saying? You got to go within. You got to meditate. You got to pull, disconnect from the system for a little bit. And I bet you nobody taught you this, men, masculines, emperors, kings, my Nubian brothers. I bet you nobody ever told you this. Nobody taught you this about your feminine energy and tapping into your feminine energy. Where do you think creation came from? Who pushes out life in this realm? What energy pushes out life in this realm? Whether it's plants or animals or divine beings, human beings. Which energy pushes out life? Which energy is the creative force that brings forth life? The feminine energy. And though I'm a woman, I have tons of masculine energy. So I have to force myself to slow the fuck down. Sit your ass down. Because the masculine side of me wants to take over. But see, I was in the army. So you already know I'm conditioned and programmed. I was raised to be a caregiver for my little brothers, growing up in a single parent household. So again, I'm always on. I'm always on doing. That's a masculine principle. Always doing, pushing, striving. You need that energy to create, but you also need stillness, quiet. You need to tap into your feminine energy and just stop and sit and be and attract. And then once you understand what action needs to be taken, then you move into your masculine energy to take the steps that need to be done to create. You would never guess what I found outside today. I found an egg, a little small egg, and it was cracked open. The universe always sending me signs. Now, what do you think that means? Hey, family, if you just checking in, please leave me a message in the chat. Say something so I can shout you out. But what do you think that means? I found an egg, and it was cracked open. Breakthrough. The universe is showing me that there's something that I've created that is about to break through. An egg symbolizes life, symbolizes creation. And then it's open and empty, that's breakthrough. That's breakthrough, my love. So, yeah, the programming. It was so I wrote a little note to myself, right? And I want to read this to y'all. And it says, we were programmed as adults to believe, quote unquote, I'll be happy when I find a good man. I'll be happy when I find a good relationship. I'll be happy when I have more material stuff. I'll be happy when I get a job that pays 6 or 7 figures. I'll be happy when the kids are grown. I'll be happy when I get a divorce. And the truth is that none of those things bring lasting happiness. True happiness lies in the wealth and riches hidden within your soul, within your mind, and within your DNA. In the places that you can't see. And that's why we're constantly fed with things to distract us from turning within. Yeah, like technology, internet, phones, any and everything outside of ourselves. Because again, it's a slow process. It's a very slow process. Just look at nature. That's all you got to do is look at nature. And how beautiful and slow nature moves. And I think I mentioned this before, when the seasons change. It's such a beautiful and slow process. And you can see little bit at a time, little bit at a time. But it happens so slow, it's like, it happens so slow, but so fast that it's like you can miss it. It's so strange and weird how that is. You know what I'm saying? Because the fall comes, for those of you who are in places where the trees change and the season, you can see the seasons change. It's like, it's so slow that one day you look up and there's all this change. You're like, damn. Just like the year, right? Perfect example. We about to close out the year, right? But as the year was going along, didn't it feel slow? It felt slow, right? But as we get to the end of the year and we look back, we like, damn, what the hell happened? Where did time go? Right? That's what I'm saying. That's nature. Slow and easy. So yeah, family. It's just, child, I was thinking about that programming and our happiness, how we've been taught, influenced, hoodwinked and bamboozled and programmed and brainwashed to look outside of ourselves for happiness. And religion even pushes that narrative one step further. You can't be happy without religion. You can't be happy without going the route that they tell you to go. Child, listen. So anyway, I hope that we were able to just kind of vibe on a real level and and connect. And 'cause I'm trying to tell you, we not normal. We not gonna be normal. Nobody on this channel, no subscriber on this channel is not allowed to be normal. We too advanced, family. We too advanced. So if this message, I just feel like Most High, the universe was speaking through me through a lot of this message. And yeah, if you found any value in any way, please like, share, subscribe, comment, rewatch the video if you weren't able to stay until the end. If you did stay until the end, you are truly my friend. I truly do appreciate you. And I appreciate you checking in, popping in and bringing your good energy in. I love y'all. I love hanging out with y'all. 'Cause we kick it, boy. But I'm trying to tell you, It's crazy how fast the year ended. Shit, December's almost over. This month seemed like it just started. You see what I'm saying? How things, it feels like, thank you, Rasta Vibes. I appreciate that, my love. It seems like the month just started. This shit already over, bro. We about to be looking up. It's gonna be another quote unquote year, a calendar year, but we know the real year doesn't start until the spring shows us, until nature shows us that it's a new year. We follow the patterns of nature. Well, I do. I guess I should speak for myself. But anyway. All right, y'all. I'm about to sign off. I love you guys. And I pray y'all had a nice, peaceful and relaxing weekend. And we're going to do more lives, man, in the coming calendar year. We're going to do more lives because I love kicking it with y'all. I love, chatting back and forth and just vibing. And I like to take my time. So if you're a microwave person and you ain't got no attention span, then this channel, it probably is not for you. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes me a little time to get warmed up. It takes me a little time to get my engine warmed up, child. But once I get warmed up, shit, it's go time. So anyway, love you guys. I'll holler at y'all in the next video, okay? Mwah. Bye.